Hello, everyone, and welcome to this episode. My name is Sang, and I'm an independent English teacher based in Vietnam. I'm currently 27 years old, and I've been teaching English full time for quite a while now. Unlike the traditional teaching route, I chose a different path. I work independently, teaching both online and offline. In today's episode, I'll be sharing my journey as an independent English teacher, the joys, the challenges, the ways I keep myself motivated, and what I envision for the future of my work. Teaching English was not something I initially planned, but as I explored different job roles, I found myself increasingly drawn to it. English has been a tool for me, a bridge to connect with people from around the world. I soon realized I wanted to help others build that same bridge, watching students gain confidence in English and seeing how language empowers them in both personal and professional aspects. It's deeply fulfilling. That's when I knew this was more than a job. It was a passion. You might wonder why I decided to teach independently instead of joining a school or a language center. Teaching independently gives me the flexibility to design my own curriculum, build personal connections with my students, and create a work-life balance that truly fits my lifestyle. I enjoy the freedom to shape each lesson based on my students' needs. For example, some students may need more help with conversation skills, while others need specific vocabulary for their jobs. Working independently allows me to adapt to each of these needs without the constraints of a preset syllabus. Being an independent teacher also means that my schedule looks quite different from a standard 9 to 5. I usually start my day early in the morning, not by rushing to an office, but by setting up my workspace at home. Um, I get up around 7 and like to have a leisurely breakfast, which gives me time to mentally prepare for the day. After breakfast, I review the lessons I have planned and customize materials for each student. Teaching requires a lot of preparation because every class, whether online or offline, has its unique set of requirements. On average, I teach about 30 to 35 hours a week, depending on student demand and availability. Since I set my own hours, I can fit my work around other commitments and even take a break if I feel burnt out. This flexibility has been one of the best parts of teaching independently. Sometimes I even have the chance to teach students from different countries, which keeps my work interesting and culturally enriching. Of course, teaching independently has its challenges. One of the biggest ones is that, unlike company employees, I don't receive a steady paycheck or bonuses. It's all based on how many students I have and how many hours I work each week. It can be tough, especially during quieter times when I don't have as many students, but the satisfaction of seeing my students progress uh, keeps me going. Also, there's a lot of planning involved. I'm constantly searching for new materials, new ways to engage my students, and innovative teaching techniques that will help them grasp the language better. One aspect of my teaching approach that I'm very passionate about is personalization. I spend time learning about each student's goals, interests, and learning style. Are they interested in English for travel, for career advancement? Knowing this helps me craft lessons that are directly relevant to them. For example, I'll incorporate real world scenarios like a business meeting or a casual conversation so students can practice language skills they'll actually use. Another key part of my approach is building confidence. Language learning is difficult, and students can feel self conscious or anxious about making mistakes. I aim to create a supportive environment where students feel comfortable trying, making mistakes, and learning from them. Staying productive is essential, and it's a skill I've worked hard to develop. Without a fixed office structure, I have to be disciplined and set a schedule that I can stick to. One strategy I use is to take regular breaks to recharge. If I start feeling my focus slip, I'll take 5 minutes to stretch or make a cup of coffee. These little breaks keep me energized and prevent burnout. I've also created a workspace that is comfortable and distraction free, which helps me stay focused on teaching and preparation. Teaching has taught me so much, not just about the English language, but about people and communication. Perhaps the most valuable lesson I've learned is the importance of adapting to my students' needs. Every student learns differently, and it's my job to recognize these differences and tailor my teaching accordingly. This role has also taught me a lot about patience. Language learning is not a quick journey. It takes time, and progress can sometimes be slow, but I've learned to celebrate small victories with my students and encourage them to keep pushing forward. Looking to the future, I'm excited to see where my journey as an independent teacher will take me. I have a vision of expanding my network and creating a broader platform where I can reach more students, perhaps even beyond Vietnam. I want to continue developing my teaching style, incorporating more multimedia and interactive methods so my classes can be even more engaging and effective. Another goal is to establish a more organized and professional workspace. I believe that creating a space specifically designed for teaching will make me feel even more connected to my role as an educator. I also hope to build a library of resources that students can access outside of our lessons, which will allow them to practice and improve on their own time. So, that's a day and a life in the world of an independent English teacher. Every day brings its challenges, but also its rewards. Teaching has allowed me to build relationships, share knowledge, and witness the growth of my students. I've found a career that truly fulfills me, and I'm grateful for the flexibility and freedom it brings. Thank you so much for listening, and I hope this episode has given you a little insight into my world as a teacher.